Ruben Maciel.
Hey. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, man.
Yeah, of course.
This is cool. I know we just recently met, so wanted to talk to you about your channel. You know, you're a creative person, you're a content creator, you've been doing it for a long time. You have an awesome reaction
Thank you.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And how did that start? How did the whole journey start?
It's been a minute, like you said. Once I moved to California, it was go time. You know, everything's expensive and you want to just do your best. And I was working full time at the time, doing content creation for a surf company. Mm-hmm. But then people told me, hey, why don't you start your own YouTube channel, do something you like, and let's see where that takes you. Yeah. At the time, I was like, I don't know, but I'll give it a try. So I love music, and then I decided to just give it a try. Yeah. So then I started with reactions, and people start tuning in, and more reactions, and then here we are. You know. Did
you start with a strategy? How do you start? Do you like,
honestly,
let me just start
I said, let me watch something I know I like. Uh-huh. So at the beginning, it wasn't like the first reaction. I had watched it before, and I told people that I was like, hey, this is something I like, but I wanted to share with you guys. And then from there, people started suggesting things I've never watched before, and then it got more interesting.
This was like friends you were just sending to friends?
I was sending it to friends. They were sharing it, my family, everyone. Yeah. And then I remember I reacted to like this Russian singer, and then my channel just exploded overnight. I went from like 1,000 subscribers, or barely 1,000, to 10,000 in like 24 hours.
No way.
Yeah, people were going crazy over him. Dimash is his name. And then from there, just people start commenting, and it's just like a snowball.
No way.
Just keep going, you know? It's just...
How long did it take for you to hit that video?
Yeah, that video, so probably was within the first 2-3 months.
No way.
Yeah, so then it was
That's rare. That's really rare to happen.
I was really lucky. I'm still really lucky to have found that singer, and then from there just kept going. Yeah.
And how many videos did you have when that one hit?
I want to say probably less than 20 videos.
Okay, so you had a pretty good
2-3 months, I was posting like 2-3 times a week, but some weeks, you know, more or less. Yeah. And then once you hit that one video that is super lucky, you just want to keep going. And I kept going, and I don't know, probably now I have a little bit over 200 videos. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but yeah.
And how long ago was that? Like 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
Yeah, 2020. Yeah. So 5 years. Yeah, exactly.
And you've been doing consistently nonstop.
Yeah. So there's a few periods where I'm like, I'm just going to post once a week or once every 2 weeks, but I just kept it. Yeah, so I just keep going. Whether it's slow or fast, I just keep going because I like to see people's comments and read it, and people get stoked. I get stoked, so I just keep going. Yeah,
I think that's a cool thing about YouTube. You get to a point where you like start getting to know the people that usually comment. Yes. And you kind of like know them, like, oh yeah, this person's been with me from day one.
Yeah, there's people that even when I was not like releasing videos every single week or like as much as I wanted to, I recognized their name because they would go back and they would comment, please come back, or please release a video. And I remember their names, and now YouTube has like this little feature, it's been a subscriber for like how many years, just comment this.
Oh, it shows now how long it's been.
Yeah, so, and I remember them, they contact me on Instagram as well. I've seen their faces, they follow me. So it's kind of cool. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about YouTube. It's like a small community because you start like getting to know the people, and then the people's been there, they're commenting. Absolutely. And you know, you always count on them on being like right there and giving you like a feedback.
Yeah, even the videos that are like, not every video is a hit. There's some videos that's not going to get as many views as I wanted to or as expected to. But those people are always there. So you can always count on that exact number. At least you know those people are going to be there, and they're going to comment. They're going to keep it alive. Mm-hmm. And that just, you know, brings you joy to read the comments. I try to respond to every single one of them. There was a period where it was a little hard, but I try to stay as engaged as I can.
It's important because it's like everybody's like talking and being nice. And
I can't.
Especially the ones you know.
Yeah, it's really hard to not respond, and sometimes it's just too many, but I try my best. Even if it's not right away, I try to come back to it later on and just respond.
And how much did you get into music afterward? Were you always like a music fan? Did you play any instruments?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So I've always played the guitar since I was a little kid. I'm not gonna say I'm a great guitar player, but I love it. And then I used to sing. I grew up going to church and part of the choir. We recorded a few CDs and stuff. Back then it was CDs.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Yeah.
And I've always been involved in music. And then I just wanted to do something related to music.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what it was at the time. Even before YouTube, I just knew that I wanted to do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
My job didn't take me down that path, but at least I have this hobby that I really enjoy, and I keep that passion alive.
Mm-hmm.
And now, even I have a partnership with OneRPM, which is one of the biggest labels in the world, and even got me a little more stoked on it.
Yeah.
To because reaction videos sometimes a hit or a miss because of the copyright stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now with them, I'm free of that. So
Do they white label you?
Yeah, so they just like literally everything that they own, I can do it. I can record that video. I can monetize it. It's not even share revenue. They just let me have it.
Yeah.
So that is an insane partnership for someone that does reaction videos. Just because in the beginning I was just like, I just want to grow my channel. I don't care about the money, especially because in the beginning you don't get anything.
Yeah.
And even when you start getting something, it's so low that it is just for the love of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it's a long game.
Yeah, it's a long game. So once the partnership came along, it was a game changer because now you can get thousands of views and the money goes all of it goes to you.
Yeah.
So it is a game changer. So that partnership really boosted
Plus
things
they
for
pay
me.
you. Plus they pay you like a monthly thing.
There's always the retainer aspect, and that differs from content creator to content creator. But it's just literally once I remember when I received the email, I told my wife, I was like, "Yo, you're not gonna believe what happened." They contact me out of the blue, and they say, "You want to be
through
a part?"
how did that happen?
It was pretty random at the time. So at the time, I did not have a defined path for my channel. I just wanted to be about reactions and music. That was it. I didn't think about artists from a country or a continent or whatever it was. I just wanted to react to something that people were commenting. And then a lot of people from Brazil started commenting, and they were suggesting artists from Brazil, obviously. And then from there, I think they started seeing my audience grow from Brazil. And then OneRPM Brazil contacted me, and they're like, "Hey, let's do something."
It was just
together.
an email. Popped up.
Just an email. Just the email that you have right there on your YouTube channel. They just clicked on it, emailed me out of the blue. This dope couple from OneRPM, they both work for OneRPM, and they contacted me, and they're like, "Hey, we love your content. Do you want to be a content creator for OneRPM?" And I was like, "Absolutely. Just tell me a little bit more about it, and we're on." And they're like, "Yeah, you just need to post this. Every time we release a video, we'll send it to you a week or two in advance. You record the video, you post it when the artists also post their video, and that's it." And I remember I was so happy about it. It's just it was a small win with big future possible wins.
Yeah.
So that's how I saw it. And since then, it's been maybe 3 years. I'm not really sure about the date, but
no, it's been 3 years. So it's not early, but it was just it was second year maybe.
Yeah. It was early into the channel because once I started posting stuff that people really liked, it's just the numbers kept growing. And then from there, it's just the partnership kept staying alive, and we just have a good vibe between us. The team there that I email directly, and we have a WhatsApp group and stuff, and I contact some of the artists too, which is pretty cool for me.
Are they all in Brazil?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
Most of them are in Brazil. I contact them via WhatsApp, which is really cool to have the contact of the artist, and they send me feedback too directly on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to just have that direct line to the artist. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, that changed.
And that
the
makes
game for
probably
me.
you want to do even more because you're now and the artist is I love your video.
Yeah, it was super cool. So that's how I started. I'm sure there's details I'm forgetting, but that's how I started, and I've been stoked since then.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so, how much did you get better at analyzing? Because you have good comments about people having range and actually knowing how to sing, and how much that help you?
I try to make it not as like technical as some other channels. I try to make it a little bit technical, but most of it, I try to make it like as positive and as fun for people to watch. Sure, I have some technical comments after the video and throughout the video too, but I try to make it like you come to watch my video and you're just gonna have fun. I'm not trying to make it like, oh, this is in the note of the key of C or whatever it is.
Right.
I'm trying to make it as like, this is entertainment. Yeah. As much as people like to watch me, they go for the video as well, the music video. So I try to just keep it fun. It's like I'm just like a commentator or like a sportscaster that is just watching the show. Right. And even though sometimes the sportscaster is going to, say some technical stuff because it's part of the game, but they try to enjoy it as much as they can as well. So I'm just watching the video as if I'm the huge, like the biggest fan of that artist. Yeah, so I'm just watching it. I sit down, I relax. Usually I have like my water, sparkling water, whatever it is. I just watch it. Yeah. And then from time to time, obviously I can't like resist to like comment like little details here and there because I hear it. But I just try to make it fun and simple so everyone can understand it. And I try to have fun too. So that's the basis of everything I do.
I think the biggest thing of creating content is like authenticity, and you can only get authenticity if you're having fun. Yeah. Because if it's something that you like doing, then it's authentic to you. Yeah. And that's why I think things work. That's why probably your channel worked within 2 months, because people saw that you're not lying. You're not trying to force it,
That is interesting because actually I've recorded a few that never went live because I just didn't enjoy it. And you can see it on my face. And obviously I'm not there to like bash on anyone or to bring the artist down. So if I just don't like it, I just don't post it. Because I'm not trying to bring negativity into anyone's life. And sometimes it's just having a bad day and maybe it was my fault. I wasn't even paying attention. My mind wasn't on it 100%. So I just try to avoid all videos, which I have a few this far that I haven't liked. I just keep it on the side. Yeah, because I truly want to, and obviously there's that side of people try to portray the positive side on social media and not bring the negative side or the negative aspects. Which I understand the people that want to bring both of them, but my channel is truly just, I want you to have an awesome day. And if you're not having an awesome day, whenever you watch my video, I want you to feel the change.
That's cool.
That's what I'm trying to go with. So
just positivity and enjoyment. Yeah,
it doesn't mean my life is all positive. It just means right there in that moment, I want to enjoy it as much as you watching home. Yes. That's it.
That's cool. Yeah. I think that's the key of having a successful channel. Yeah. When you're having fun and it's like real to you, Yeah,
and that's why I keep it as much as I obviously make money from it, but I try to keep it as a hobby as much as I can, because I have my full-time gig and still I want to separate things. So I go home and I record it and it's like, oh, this is my peaceful moment. Yeah. Let me turn everything, shut everything down, and this is it. I'm going to record this video and I want people to see it. This is my sacred moment here. Let me have it.
Do you usually research songs beforehand or like
so
look for
usually
songs?
I go based on comments. So whatever, like people usually, because the songs go in phases. So there's a song that's going to be really popular at a specific moment in time. So usually I'm going to have like 10 or 20 comments saying the exact same thing. Please react to this one. So I try to keep it, faithful to what they want to. And sometimes just what the label has prepared for me. So like 1 week they say, hey, we have this. Can you release it? But I try to, because like I said, I don't want to watch it. If there's a video that I've watched before or a song that I've listened to before, I need to tell my audience that I've watched it before, just so they know it's not like the first time. I'm not going to have the same reaction. It's not going to be exactly the same. I'm still going to try to have fun because I enjoy that song. That's why I'm bringing it to the channel. So there's a little bit of research for sure. There's a little bit of what I like to, and then there's what the audience really likes to, and what the label.
So almost all videos, or most of the videos, are first time reaction. You're filming right there.
Yeah. So basically, and that's why the audience. I didn't grow up. I grew up a lot of pop. Because I have two sisters. Yeah. So they're older sisters. They were in that pop rock phase. So I grew up watching and listening to a lot of Bon Jovi and Queen, and then at the same time Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. So there's a lot of like
mix.
There's a mix here, but there's a lot of stuff that I've never experienced before. So
Oh.
I'm seeing it for the first time, and I'm like, oh, this is super interesting. And then once I have an artist that I haven't watched before and I like it, I save it. So then now I'm going to do research on my own. And then sometimes that backfires because people are not really interested in that, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
A lot of the YouTube, a lot of the YouTube research is just you figuring out. See what works. Obviously, you have the analytics, and they suggest now, oh, your artist is interested in this. If you do something like this, you'll be successful. But
It's never guaranteed.
Yeah.
So in terms of like strategy, because I'm so into like YouTube strategy, my agency does the Live Nation YouTube channel. And in terms of strategy for somebody like you, like, do you have one? What it is like your...
Yeah, so consistency is my number one like strategy. I try to stay consistent and just keep posting, even if I sometimes don't really feel like it. I try to save that moment just to like, be at peace and record that video. Mm-hmm. That's number one, is consistency. And then strategy, the analytics within YouTube, they're getting better and better.
Yeah, it's so good.
So I try to, they have the little tab, what your audience likes and what they click on. And they even tell me now what thumbnails work for my channel. Oh, they haven't clicked on this one because of this. And, the lookalike audiences and stuff like that. So I just try to stay within their realm.
Yeah.
And that has been working for me. Like I said, there's a few videos where I just ignore everything. I just try to post what I like. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Right.
But I still try to balance it out. Obviously, when it comes to a business, you have to stay true to the data as much as you can.
For sure.
Because they can be, putting money into workers and ads and stuff like that and just wasting money. So you got to stay faithful to the data. Since my channel is a little more of a hobby, even though obviously I have the partnership with OneRPM, I still try to, keep it like 50-50, I'll say, between what I like and the data and obviously what they send me as well.
Yeah. I mean, that authenticity is everything.
Yeah.
You're keeping it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the data, the analytics on YouTube is so good.
Yeah, they're getting better.
It's so
better
good.
And better. Yeah.
They have everything.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had the like a thumbnail kind of thing.
Oh yeah, they have all like when people go to search for terms of keywords and stuff like that, you'll see the tab there, like they have gone through search, and then they have a little like analytics section now where they put your thumbnail amongst other thumbnails, and they somehow figure out that it stands out or not.
Yeah.
And they tell you, oh, this one is not gonna work.
Yeah.
I don't go back and forth much on thumbnails. If anything, I upload it 2 or 3 times. But I try to stick with the first one because it does take some work. I think I found my formula for my channel right now. So I'm trying to stick with it. I've had probably like 4 or 5 different templates/themes that I've gone through. And
you do all of it yourself.
Yeah, right now I do all of it myself. I enjoy editing.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't like gone through editors or stuff like that. I just enjoy it. I enjoy the process of recording it myself, and then I try to, right after recording, I try to edit as much as I can. Sometimes I record 2 or 3 right away. Sometimes I just record one, but I try to edit right away. It's fresh in my mind. I know exactly how it went. And usually there's not much editing because it's a one-take kind of video. It's either you react the first time or you don't.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's within the introduction and the outro, there's sometimes little mistakes. So I try to take those out and just cut it. But yeah, it's.
And what do you use, OBS to have that?
No, I do everything out of the computer. So I record the audio straight into Adobe Audition.
Yeah.
And then just in camera. I'm not going through OBS or anything like that. I then take the card, put it on my computer, and edit right there. It's not being recorded live.
But the picture-in-picture of the reaction video?
Oh no, I'm watching it. I'm not doing anything like that. I have my computer right here. And the audio is coming to my headphones and coming in through my mic for my voice.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm not recording live anything per se.
Right. But I'm saying like that one, when it shows you and then it shows the video of the actual video you reacting.
Oh, it's all editing. I'm not even doing it live. There's no
No,
OBS.
you put it there afterwards.
Yeah, I put it afterwards.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people do They record the reaction straight to OBS. They connect the microphone to the computer, everything, the camera. They have the little Elgato, whatever. I tried that for a while, but it was slowing down my process just because, one, it was taking a lot of space. And obviously, I know you can change the settings within OBS to make it look like a stream. But my computer wasn't powerful enough at the time when I started to support the 4K input coming into the computer. And at the same time recording with the overlay, everything. Like
it does get glitchy on the OBS.
Yeah, it gets a little glitchy, and I was like, this is taking a lot of effort, mental effort especially. So I just said, let me record everything in camera. That's it, not connect to anything, and then I'll bring it to computer, edit, sync everything.
It looks a lot cleaner that way too.
Yeah, so
because the video is clean.
I tried. OBS
is
is the streamer's paradise, but most of them do 1080p and still they lose a lot of FPS here and there. But that's how I do.
Yeah, that's cool. It looks good. It looks really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like it because that after doing everything on post is a lot better.
Yeah,
it's crispier.
You
don't lose quality.
Yeah, I learned it that way. Obviously, when I went through college, I used to manage the journalism studio, and the university had a lot of money, so they can do whatever. Yeah. So they have powerful computers. They have all, all the parts needed to making it work. But at home is different, When you are a one-man show, like setting up the camera by yourself and making sure the frame is right and the lighting is right. It's different. When you have a team with you, everything works perfectly because you just ask, hey, how does it look? Or something like that. Is the audio good? Is it not getting like oversaturated? Whatever. Yeah. Everything is where it's supposed to be. Right. But once you need to do everything, and every time you try to change the setup a little bit because people have seen it, and it's a lot of work. Yeah. With the team, everything is like... Yeah. It's a game changer, but it is what it is. Yeah. We'll get there with the team. But editors, just like edit for me. Yeah. And then you're going to have to learn how to let that go because your editing style. Yeah. It's insane. I know a lot of YouTubers that struggle with that just because you have, like you just said, your style. And no one can match your style. It is a little hard to let go. But right now, we're starting small and keeping it that way. And then one day, if needed be, then I'll go that route, but for now it's... What was the time, besides that time that you reacted to the Russian singer, was there another time that really changed the channel for you? Yeah. There's when you are on this, like, when you're a part of the YouTube game, you get addicted to the YouTube Studio app, just seeing the numbers, and you try to refresh and seeing what's happening. And I remember one of my first Brazilian artists, his name was J.A. It's like a little kid that used to sing gospel songs, and then he diversified his portfolio singing other things, and he went to this famous TV show in Brazil. And once I posted that one video, I remember it's still one of the most watched videos I have on my channel. People loved it, and they still watch it till this day. I've posted that first one I posted probably right in the beginning, 3, 4, 5 months into it, and it just exploded. My channel was gonna 2, 3, 4, 5,000 views, and that one immediately got 20, 25. Wow. K right away. In 2 or 3 days. And I remember I then took that wave, I rode that wave a little bit, and I posted 3 or 4 more videos with that singer and just went crazy. Yeah. And then I remember I also got a big spike there. You always remember because, like I said, you always look at the numbers this one sucks. And now they made it a little easier. Like I said, the YouTube Studio app is getting better. Yeah. And now they say they ranked your videos 7 out of 10, 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10. So you're always this video in the first 2 hours is number 1. Yeah. So it's a little stressful. That one's addicting. They do it. It's addicting, but sometimes it gets a little stressful because you're like, this one sucks. Or sometimes it spikes so big and then it flats. Yeah. Yeah. So I remember that vividly. There's always those moments I remember on my YouTube career where I see the spikes. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy because it's like finding a little gold nugget. It's like, this worked, and it worked way better than I expected. And sometimes it's even something that you're not even expecting. It's like, the video was good, but I didn't think it was going to go this crazy. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that happen like that. You're like, it's a pleasant surprise to just seeing things work better than what you expect. Yeah. So Yeah.
And did you go to school? You say
Yeah, so I did
journalism?
communication and media studies. That was my major.
Oh.
I'm smiling because sometimes I think it's like a little bit of a waste, or it was a little bit of a waste, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
My college years were super fun. I connected with a lot of people that I learned more through doing, because like I said, I used to manage the journalism studio, and I learned a lot there. In classes,
Yeah.
I learned some stuff, but not as much as I was doing on a daily basis at the studio.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say it's still worth it because of that. Obviously, college in America is insanely expensive.
Yeah, it is.
But
What school did you go to?
Andrews University in Michigan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to Andrews University in Michigan. The first day I landed, I was straight. I used to live in France, which is cold-ish because I used to live right up in the mountain, but it wasn't as cold as when I landed in Chicago.
So
I landed in Chicago.
Yeah. Chicago's insane.
It was freezing, and then I wasn't ready. The wind was blowing. We just walked down Michigan Avenue, like the lake was just blasting that wind. And I remember at the time, my girlfriend, now my wife, we were just going from store to store so I could rest my face because it was so cold.
Yeah.
I was just going down the street and stopping at every single store and just like, ugh.
That happened to me too. Same thing.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Just the wind blowing, you're not ready. You're not ready. And I remember I left maybe in Fahrenheit, I'll say I was leaving low 70s
Right.
to go to 20 degrees, you know, and the wind blowing, which makes it even feel 10 or worse. And I couldn't handle it. But it started getting better. I used to ride my bicycle to school,
college,
because I used to live right outside in the apartments right outside of the college campus. And riding on snow, I fell so many times.
Oh, riding a bike in the snow.
Yeah, and then we had little, I had never heard of it till I came to the U.S., black ice.
Yeah.
Where just you don't see it, but once you're on it, it's just you're just sliding, and I fell so many times on my back. Good thing I was still wearing a backpack, so you land a little bit on the backpack. But yeah, it was a good experience. It taught me a lot of camera stuff.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of camera stuff, like robust cameras for journalism and stuff like that. Then my first job was at a TV station, so it helped me a lot, and a lot of editing. I knew a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but I knew how to edit when I got to college. I used to do a lot of skate stuff and my own, my parents had a little camcorder.
Yeah, that's cool.
With the mini DV8s, a little cassette thing. Yeah. And I started learning here and there. But once I got to college and I was part of the studio, then it got serious. And we had they were very smart in terms of monetizing the studio, because we're all students, but they monetized the journalism studio to small clients all around town. And then they would let us edit the projects.
Oh,
and
that's
then obviously
cool.
they had a supervisor that would come, hey, change this.
Kind of like sponsorship stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll literally come and say, hey, there's a TV station there, say they want you to edit this packet here. And they'll send it to the students, and literally you would be there in the studio just editing. And then Pablo, which was the supervisor at the time, which was pretty cool. He was a Brazilian that lived in Argentina and then later on decided to move to America.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Good mix.
that rivalry right there between Brazil and Argentina. So
He lived through it.
He lived through it. And until this day, he supports both soccer teams. I still follow him. We're pretty chill.
Yeah.
He still has the Brazil and the Argentina jersey. I don't know what he does when they play against each other, but I'll leave it to him. But yeah, it was super cool. It would help us a lot. He also had TV experience back from Brazil, and it truly helped us a lot. It was just hands-on, just sitting with us, say, hey, do this differently. This doesn't look so good. And it was very kind criticism, or it was just hey, this could be better, and I know you can do it. Let's work together to fix it. Teamwork.
Yeah,
like a very team spirit. It was just so cool. It was not like boss and you. It was more like team. Let's work together.
I think that's the best experience I took from college, was learn how to socialize with different people and work together with different people. The learnings is not the strongest, you know. Because you're there, you're kind of learning, but it's you're not doing it, you know? It's once you start doing it, you learn.
It's different.
But I think college is cool for social experience. Like you learn how to like deal with different people.
Yeah.
And you could tell some people that don't go to college have already the natural socializing like experience within them. But there's a lot of people that never went to college, and you could tell they're like socially awkward because they didn't get through that experience, you know? And I'm not saying college is like an important thing to do, but like, and I also, after college, I was like, man, did I need this shit? Like, I was like, did I need to go to college? But what I took from it was like the social, you know, I met, especially in US, it's so cool, like coming from other countries. Like in Brazil, grew up there. I only knew Brazilians, and everybody backstory was like Brazil. Like nobody was like, oh, I'm Brazilian, but like my parents are from such and such. No, like in Brazil, it's like everybody's Brazilian for generations.
Here is crazy.
But here is like you go to college and you like meet somebody from like Asia, and then somebody from like Africa, somebody from here. That's the cool thing. That's the cool thing.
That's so true. It's so cool because our school really put an emphasis on diversity. And we would have like all kinds of fairs, like whether it was like about food or like about their culture, like in terms of like wearing like different things. And you just there and seeing it for the first time. It's like, whoa, this is so cool. How come I've never seen this before?
Yeah.
And I think that really helped me in terms of like content creation as well, because now I have so many like different perspectives from what I learned in college. And you're so right. It was truly like the classes were cool, but then once you get out, college is very different here than in Portugal and even in France. It's so different. When I got here, it was like a cultural shock. But I was so stoked. It's like, everything's so different. It's like, oh, this is truly how it happens. It's like, oh, even in the classes, like I was doing very like specific classes back home. And then when I got to the US, like, oh, I have this class for like basketball class. And I'm like, oh, okay. Let's do it. Or I have a class for like singing or a class for whatever it is. Like do ceramics. And like, oh, I wouldn't do this back home, but like this is so cool to like just expand my horizons.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then just like you said, just because you are doing those like different classes that you wouldn't expect to do back home, you meet people with different worldviews, completely different.
Yeah,
like,
it's completely different.
That artist mindset, and so people more like into philosophy, and people into like sports, and people to whatever it is. And it's just so different. And then when you need to learn how to socialize and to talk to people, you're a little bit lost in the beginning, but then you're like, oh, this is actually cool. Let me do this more. And then you go like, they have so many like activities in college. They're always like from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or even later. You're just there. And they have so many things to do. You just eat there, you do stuff there, you go to class, and then you work there. I remember at the time I think that's how the student visa works. You were only allowed to work like 20 hours within campus, something like that. But those 20 hours truly change your life, because even the workplace is very different from back in Europe. It's very different. Like the mindset, the way the hours work, the workload, everything is different. And in that sense, I believe it was very worth it. Like you said, socializing and also learning a little bit more about the workplace and expectations and how their pace is, because it's very different. Very
different. It's very social. It's very mind expanding. Like it really expands your mind. You're like, oh, there's so many people. There's different than me. It's kind of cool to learn their perspective. And then you meet the people that are completely different than you, grew up in a different place, but thinks similar to you. And it's cool.
So cool to see.
But so you grew up where'd you grow up?
So I grew up in Portugal. And then later on, I decided I needed something different. I moved to France/Switzerland.
By yourself?
And I decided I was going to play soccer. So I was playing professional futsal, indoor soccer they call it here.
Futsal. Oh, you were playing professional futsal?
Yeah, so I was playing Switzerland for a little bit. Then stupid thing happened. I was playing softball in Europe, which is already weird because not a lot of people play baseball/softball. And the bases were made out of cement. It's like solid cement. And I was running and I hit my foot on the base and completely shattered my foot.
No way.
Yeah, and then I was like, man, it took me like a whole year and a half to recover because it literally destroyed my foot. And I was like, I can't play anymore. Even when I started playing.
You hurt?
Yeah, it was just, I was kicking the ball. I was like, oh, this hurts. I can't.
It was the foot that you kick?
Yeah, my right foot. And I was like, I can't. Like, I tried. I went to, even before the season started, practice for like the 2 months, whatever the off season is. And I was like, I told the coach, I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I just, every time I kick the ball, it's like, grimace on my face.
Yeah.
So then at the same time, I was living in a little town right there in the mountain, and they had a little college. And then they had like a summer program and a year program too, where students from America were coming to learn French. And I
Okay.
was living
This is
right
after Switzerland. You went to France.
No, I was right there living. I lived in France, but I was practicing in Swiss just because of the price.
Yeah, yeah.
So living in France was much cheaper. So I would commute every day back and forth.
How long is that commute?
Probably like 20 minutes. It was literally on the
just
border.
train?
Yeah, just the bus. They have the train
bus.
too, but
Oh,
I was taking the bus.
Yeah.
And then sometimes a friend of mine would take me. He had a car. We would just go together, and small commute. And then students from America would come and learn French right there. And then the town was right there outside of Geneva. It's small enough that you know everyone.
Yeah.
And then that's how I met my wife at the time. It's just a friend. She became my girlfriend. And then later on, not a year later, like 9 or 8 months later, I decided to move to the U.S., which I had never been before.
Yeah, yeah.
But I always had this like romanticized vision about the U.S. Like, oh, I would love to go and I would love to live there.
Yeah.
That, grew up watching movies.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, this looks super cool.
Yeah.
And then I just decided to leave soccer behind and move to America and just continue my major, which I had started in Portugal for like a year, a semester or so before I tried soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, let me just transfer there. And then I sent all the papers. I couldn't move the semester I wanted, which was in August, so I had to wait for the visa. It took a long time. So then I started in January. So I started in the spring semester.
Wow.
And then that's first time moving to America. Funny story, when I landed, I had like my camera gear, like my backpack with my computer, documents and everything. And then I was so stoked to move, I forgot my backpack on the floor.
In the airport when you got here?
And I went to meet my girlfriend. I had my suitcases, but I forgot my backpack on the floor. And it was the first stress. We were already in the car and I was like, wait, I don't have my phone. I don't have anything. It was all in the backpack. And then my English it was a struggle back then.
Yeah.
But I tried to, she came with me and there's that big door that says do not enter, which is where you exit.
Yeah.
And I tried to, shout to the guys like, yo, I left my backpack inside.
Oh,
Can
that's
you
even worse because
please?
now people are
Yes, everyone is just gathered right there and you're just looking at you and they're like, oh, no, but I have to. And the guy was actually super nice. He was like, yo, just tell me what the backpack looks like and what's inside.
Yeah.
And then he went to fetch the backpack and brought it to
found
me.
it?
He
Yeah.
found it. They had already, because it's super weird. Like when you go to the airport, they would say, oh, do not leave your backpack.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
that's what I'm
attendant.
saying. Like it gets really weird when you leave a bag.
Yeah, but they were super nice. I mean, this was like 12 years ago, almost 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they were super nice. They're like, just tell us what it looks like and what's inside so they can verify it. So they open it, exactly what I said it was in there, and they brought it to me. But it was just like the first stress, first time to America. English is very broken. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And backpack left behind, documents, passport, phone, like everything left behind. And it worked out. But yeah, that was a
It's a
weird-
welcoming. It's a welcome to America.
it was good because after that it's like, oh, okay, this huge stress, but I guess I'm meant to be here. That was kind of my vibe after, like it worked out.
Yeah.
And then yeah, from there just.
And are your parents from Portugal? No. Are
No,
they
my
both-
parents were born, like most of my family, they were born in Angola, / I have some family in Brazil as well. And then so we're kind of like a mix
Yeah.
of different cultures and
That's
stuff like
cool.
that. And then me and my sisters, we are the first generation to be born in Portugal.
Mm.
Right. So we grew up in Portugal. I still go back. They still live there. I try to go every year. Sometimes it gets a little, like I said, the work,
Yeah.
the pace
I
here
know.
is a little different.
Yeah.
So vacation is not as you would like it to be, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. I try to go as much as I can. So that's still
That's
home.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love Portugal.
No, it's nice.
I love
It's
Portugal.
nice. It's like this, nice climate, good food.
Yeah, I was just talking to a friend of mine that lives there. We work together, and he works with the World Surf Fleet because we used to work together. And I'm like trying to talk to him to figure out a way to go there because I'm like,
Yeah,
I miss Portugal.
it's so nice.
It was my first time. Like, when was the first time I went? I don't know. maybe 2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went like every year, 3-4 times for work.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it was just nice to see somebody speak Portuguese outside of Brazil.
Yeah.
Even though when you get there, it's hard to understand. I'm like,
it's very different.
I'm like, what? And you're like, right away, like, you're from Brazil, huh? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, oh, okay.
I would say our accent is very like closed. People that never like heard Portuguese before, they compare a little bit to Russian from Portugal because very like we cut the words short. It's very fast and very like the mouth is very close.
It's like all of it is like squished.
Yeah. So people say, even a lot of people on my channel sometimes when I say a word in Portuguese, they say, "Oh, a little Russian."
Yes.
A little bit of Russian.
Yeah.
And my wife makes fun of me too sometimes when she hears me talking to my parents.
Ericeira to me is like one of the coolest places.
Ericeira? Yeah, it's really nice. I live just outside of Lisbon. So that's the spot. I grew up bodyboarding. I wasn't really into surfing because we didn't grow up with a lot of money and surf gets really expensive.
Yeah.
So bodyboarding was the way and still is. Portuguese people love bodyboarding.
Yeah.
And Ericeira, Carcavelos, Cascais, it's just like nice spots, nice
like,
houses. Yeah.
It's so underrated.
Yeah.
Portugal is one of the most underrated places.
People are catching up now, though. Americans, I've had a lot of people that I go to the gym with. They're just like, oh, what do I need to do to move to Portugal? What's the best area?
Yeah. There was a surge like 3-4 years ago that everybody moved to Portugal.
Yes.
I still have friends that got there.
So it's getting out there, but still, I'll still say underrated. Yeah. And still.
I remember when I first went, it was like maybe 15, 16.
Yeah. Still very underrated.
I looked, I was like, how do people not talk about this place?
Yeah.
Like Portugal is so, like food is amazing. Everything's clean.
Cheaper
it's
for
so
Americans.
cheap.
Like,
You know, one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to is, what's the island?
Madeira?
Not Madeira.
Azores.
What's that?
Azores?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Azores, they call it here. Yeah.
It's like
It's so nice.
It's one of the most, Azores.
Yeah.
Azores, yeah.
It's so nice.
It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Like when I got there, I've been there twice. It was for work, for the World Surf League.
Yeah.
When I got there, I don't even know. Oh, I think it was like here, Boston there, I think.
Yeah.
And then we got there. It's this little island. It's just beautiful everywhere.
Yeah. It's green. It's luscious. It rains not every morning, but it rains a lot. Like just for a little bit, like a little shower. The island stays really nice and green.
Yeah.
The water
is
is
really green. There's water is just really warm.
Yeah. And then
there's water that's cold.
Depending on the island, they have like they're volcanic islands. So depending on the island, you can go up to the peak and there's like people cook food down there. Yeah, they bring it down. They have like a little elevators/lift system where they bring the pot all the way down to the volcano.
No way.
Whatever it's called, and they cook it there.
I didn't go
there. For an
there.
hour. Yeah, it's super cool. And then they have a bunch of cows, like the milk and the cheese from there is really good.
Yeah. It's like rural, really rural.
It's super like you said, underrated. There's a lot of people that
very
just
underrated.
talk about Portugal, like mainland.
Yeah.
But the islands are, I would say
island's
that's
amazing.
where it's at.
Yeah.
And they
Azores
have the
to me
Azores
was
and
like,
Madeira, and they're both really, really nice. Full of like,
I never been to Madeira.
it's really nice too. And the water is warmer because it's a little closer to, so Azores is like in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Madeira is a little closer to the coast of Africa, so the water is warmer,
Yeah, it
especially
gets
during summer. Yeah, it gets that little warm water.
Equator, closer to the equator.
So it's nice.
Yeah.
Well, nicer in terms of the water alone. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But in terms of like greenery and stuff, the Azores is where it's at. It's very green. You get that little fog a little bit in the morning, and then it clears out.
Yeah, and you drive through the streets there. I was like, did people decorate this street? And they're like, no, this is how
That's
it is.
how it is.
Like it's like roses.
Yeah, that's how it is. I don't know why. That I don't know why, but that's how it is.
Yeah, it's like beautiful, like colorful, beautiful roses everywhere, like throughout
so
the
nice.
street. And I'm like, have you been to Vegas?
I've been to Vegas.
Like I think it's like Caesar Palace or whatever. They like, it's
how
like
they
fake
decorate
roses
everything,
everywhere. And I'm like, I thought that was it. And I was like, is this fake roses? Because it looks so gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't know. It must be part of their culture has been for a minute. So it must have been like that for,
It's so
because
amazing.
I've been there a few times and I've been to, they have like, sorry, Portuguese people. I don't know how many islands they have now because it's been a minute, but they have like 7 or 9 or something like
That's
that.
what I
main
heard. I think it
islands.
was like 7 to
Yeah.
8. Yeah.
And then I've been to 3, and it's just all the same. It's like all pretty. The flowers very green.
The surf is good.
Very rural. You can go to watch
so
whale
cheap.
watch. Yeah.
I remember that I went to grab
That's crazy.
food, and I was like, we ate food, and I was like, hey, does anybody want beer? And they're like, yeah, I'll grab beer, and there was like 6 of us. It's like, I'll just grab.
No problem.
I was grab for everybody. I didn't know the price because it was like all on like company's money,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm like,
A buck or 2.
and I was just like, yeah, can I get 4 beers? And they like gave me, or 6 beers, and they gave me a beer back, and it was like $5.
Yeah. It
They're
sounds
like 5
that.
euros. I'm like, what? I'm like, hey, you gave me 6 beers, and they're like, yeah, it's 5 something. And
Yeah.
I looked, it was like 85 cents a beer.
Yeah. When I grew up, well, obviously I couldn't drink, but we used to have the cans that were 50 cents,
Yeah.
like early 2000s, and then the price started increasing. But $1 is what most people pay for it.
Yeah, it's
Still
crazy.
at the bar or a coffee shop, whatever it is, still $1.
Still $1, right? Yeah.
So people like, they go there, they eat a lot, drink a lot. No
The
problem.
food is amazing.
Yeah.
The food is so good. I remember just eating like king.
Fresh ingredients, lots of food. If you like meat or fish,
Yeah.
very good there.
Yeah.
Especially if you're around the Lisbon
And it's all
area.
from there.
Yeah, right from there. That's how I'm saying. Like we have a region down south where we have a lot of cows, so the meat is really fresh, and then fish around Lisbon comes right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah. That's in the mainland. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like Nazaré is really good.
Yeah.
Nazaré food
Yeah.
is there. I just
Yeah.
remember going there.
yep.
Yeah, I miss Portugal. Portugal
man,
is so
you gotta
cool.
go back.
Yeah, well, I'm going back for sure soon.
Yeah.
'Cause, it's so amazing. So amazing.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Like, I think people that like, you coming into US with different perspective, it helps you here. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like that hunger behind it, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I always like, I'm always a big fan of people like that come from other places. They're like me. Like I came here too when I was 17, but you know, I'm like half basically.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
have lived half of your life already here. Yeah, it's amazing. Like the U.S. and especially here in California, there's so many different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, someone that loves food is amazing. First of all, I just can go. I live in LA, and just going to different restaurants every single day, you can just choose
Different
from anything,
food from any
Thai
part of the
food, from Indian food to like Mexican food, even like Canadian poutine, stuff like that. You can just get anything you want.
Yeah.
Whereas in Portugal, like I said, it was a little at the time. Now it's getting more and more popular, so you see more like different cultures coming through and different kinds of food. But I was really accustomed to the food from Portugal itself.
Yes.
And then when I came here, I was like, oh man, this is amazing. Just trying different types of food. And then at work as well, that aspect of, you know, seeing the world from a different worldview, different perspective, it helped me a lot. And especially here in California, there's a lot of jobs that has for like bilingual people and people that have a different perspective because they are also like catering to like different people.
Yes.
And I think it matters a lot because the U.S. is trying to always like dip their feet in different markets. And when you have people that like us move to the U.S., they value that. And so far it's been not just like smooth sailing, but a good experience to like have this like different perspective when it comes to life, to work, to anything.
Right.
I feel valued, and it really helped me to just jump from place to place and seeing different things. And that's why, till this day, I love traveling and just seeing different cultures and just like, oh, here's a new thing that I've never seen before and a new way of doing things. Because we're always like, I know how to do things, but then once you see a better way of doing things, like, oh, I just wasted so much time doing it the wrong way. Or there's a more efficient way, whatever it is. And when it comes to content creation, especially now that you have platforms that just like send your content worldwide, you need to pay attention to that too as well. Like, you know, the type of content you create, finding your audiences, and, you know, just making sure you have the right words, the way, I don't want to say all that, but the way you dress, the way you do things, obviously staying true to yourself, but still at the same time trying to pay attention to what people need and want, and then providing some things that are a little bit of a surprise element that people don't even know they need or want, and just try to balance all of it.
Yeah, it's a fine line, I think, creating content on like playing between like the things that you really love. It's almost like those circles that overlap each other. You know, it's like the thing that you really love and the people that want, like really have to find like the center of it. Like, what is the thing that you really like that people are gonna like? And like you said, and the next thing is like, what is the thing that people don't know they like yet, and it's coming from you as a new thing? That's the hardest. That's the hardest part.
Staying ahead is not easy, especially when there's like millions of content creators out there.
Yeah.
So like you said, it's a combination of staying true to who you are and at the same time try to research and bringing like trends and things that are right now in vogue and whatever it is. Just try to bring it to your channel and try to keep progressing. Progressing is also key to like content creation. It's not staying in the same spot, even though you might still be doing the same kind of content. Within that, just progressing and try to bring different strategies to it.
Yeah. Have you thought about creating other type of contents as well?
I have. Actually, when I first started, YouTube was completely different. I try to do vlogging, you know, everyone like, everyone got the Casey Neistat kind of era where everyone's like, oh, he can do it, I can do it too. And then I realized like, oh, vlog is a lot of work and involves a lot of things happening in your life to make it interesting. Because a lot of like, when you watch a vlog, there needs to be something that appeals to you. And a lot of people that watch Casey, it was their rush and him getting super cool gadgets and toys and traveling and his craziness and just, so people crave that. People wanted that for their lives. And when you're living that normal life that like going to college and everything is a little bit of a routine, it might get a little boring for vlogging. And I found that from myself. Even myself, I was watching my videos like, oh, this is boring. So I tried different things. I tried vlogging. I tried tutorials. I tried tech. Which is stuff I like. But, you know, tech, one, gets expensive. Try to buy the new thing all the time unless you really find that lucky shot where one of your videos just explodes and then you have money to keep investing. And the US is a little easier because returning things is a little easier than back in Europe.
You could technically buy and return.
Yeah, you can buy and return anything.
I wonder how many people do that.
Yeah, so it's a little easier, but still gets a little intense, especially when you're doing college full-time and try to survive as an immigrant, just try to get that money and working. And so it's a little bit of a hustle. So I tried different content, and then the music or the reaction videos is the thing that not only I enjoy, but worked. So I
music's cool. Working with music's cool.
So I stuck with that. And then there's one cool thing about music that I haven't talked about is that people go back because you're always listening to the same things. And obviously sometimes you go and find new stuff, but people have that sense of that comfortable song that they're used to that brings them an emotion. So me creating music content, I have people that go back to that video 2 or 3 times. So it's also cool to see that. And like a little bit like kids videos where the kids are just watching the same video over and over again. This Baby Shark for like 2 years. Music has that effect on people that they go back to that same comfortable feeling that they have about a song that brings them peace or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like the vlog style and things like that, like once you watch it, you're not going to watch it again. I don't remember ever watching Casey's video like twice. You know, but like, that's a good point because music, it's like you want to watch it again. Because it's like even the cool thing about reaction to music is like because you are reacting in your head in a way that you imagine, you know, and you're like, and sometimes you get goosebumps, you want to cry.
It's
or,
a feeling,
Yeah, it's a feeling. And then like seeing somebody react, it's kind of cool because you're getting 2 emotions now. You're getting emotion of the music and the emotion together with that person, you know?
Yeah, I get that comment a lot too. It's either there's the 2 extremes that people's like, oh, I have the exact same reaction as you. It's like, oh, it's the exact same section of this song. I had that exact same reaction. Or someone seeing like, ooh, I wouldn't react like that, but it's cool to see someone reacting to the same song I've heard before differently. And that's when it's like, ooh, this is, you know, let me subscribe because I want to see more of this like different vibes, different perspective, different feeling. It makes you feel the song differently because I reacted to it differently too. A little bit of the group, like the group mentality where you see a lot of people looking up and you don't want to look up, but you look up because they're all looking up. It's a little bit of that, but in a more like positive mindset where you're actually exchanging like feelings and perspectives and stuff like that.
It's like adding on to your feeling. Look, it's like a book. Like you and I could read the same book, we get different perspective. It's like a song. Like you react differently.
So music in that sense, it was really good because people keep coming back to it. So my channel also benefits from that. You just keep coming back to it. And once again, the analytics, you can always see the people that are subscribed and the people that are not. And always try to
like
get
returning viewers and new viewers.
It's once again the balance of trying to cater to the ones that are already there and creating content to the people that haven't subscribed for some reason. And you got to find what their reason is and see, you watched the video but didn't subscribe. What happened? And now you got to think about that and try to figure it out.
Yeah. Are you on your way to, where you at? Like mid 60s?
Yeah, 60 something. Yeah, right now.
Like 100 is coming close.
Yeah, that's always the YouTuber goal because the plaque.
Because the plaque,
100K plaque, you know?
yeah.
And I wanted to hit it by the end of the year. I gotta definitely speed up the process here. But yeah, life happens, and sometimes you're a little more busy at work, and sometimes you have a little more free time. So up and down. But yeah, there's always that 100K in your mind just because you want to get the plaque. You know, you always want to get that plaque and put it on your wall behind you so people can see it.
Yeah,
it's cool. Like a lot of, and I know both of us do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There's always goals. You know, you want to get to the next belt or the next technique, or you want to beat an opponent. So the human brains work with, a lot of people work with goals, and they want to attain the next goal, whether you want to make more at work or you want to get better at a sport and get to the better team or whatever it is. So the YouTuber mindset is the 100K and the million.
Yes.
You know, and then obviously the top of the
Millions
YouTube,
millions,
like they'll get to the 10 and, you know, like crazy, like 100.
They say like once you hit like over 100, like the growth starts speeding up a little bit more too.
Right.
So it also depends, you know, but
Right. Yeah. But yeah, there's always those numbers cannot escape any YouTuber. They're always there. Whether it's your first day or like you've been doing it for 2 years, those numbers will always be your goals.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes.
I'm sure you can have some in betweens, but the 100 and the million because of the plaque.
Right. Exactly.
So
yeah.
that's where we are right now. We just got to keep going
Cruising.
consistently, you know, just.
Yeah, I started this channel here new, and I had before it was vlogging for the World Surf League. It was all in Portuguese.
Right.
I remember I went through the same experience. I'm like, it was just so much work, but it was like, it was cool because it was interesting because it was like related to the competition, to the surfers. So it was always like a new storyline every day. You know, there was one time in Australia that I was like, I vlogged every day for like 3 weeks, and I went from like again like.
A lot of work.
2,000, maybe 1,000 followers to like 20K.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Or like 18 or something, like very fast.
Yeah, YouTube will definitely boost you if you just post like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work. You'll get burned out. Well, it depends on the person, but you'll easily get burnt out.
You get burned
like
out.
That.
I also got burned out because it didn't depend just on me. It wasn't my life.
Oh, yeah. You need people to create the content for you, and now you record it.
Yeah, I had to be in the competition and in another country, and obviously they were sending me to places to work, and I was doing work plus this.
Right.
So it was hard.
It's a lot.
It was a lot.
YouTube can be really rewarding, but at the same time, people don't see the behind the scenes when there's just one person.
Yeah.
Unless you have lots of money and just hire from the get-go like a team. You have to do everything. Bring the cameras, set the cameras, the microphones. You got to make sure everything is in place. You got to be at the right time, at the right place. If you miss the shot, you miss the shot. That is it.
Yeah.
And then you got to edit it yourself. You got to post. You got to create like thumbnails. You got to respond to people. That's a lot of jobs within.
And after you do all of that, you post. And you got to start all over again.
Yes. It's you do it once, now you got to do it 100 more times before you get any traction.
And sometimes you get like so in love with the content, like, this is going to be the best. I can't wait to like, publish. And it sucks.
100 views.
And it's like get 100 views. Like, cool.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of the frustration of honestly being a business owner too. It's just like you might create the best piece of content, at least according to your perspective, that you've ever created. Yeah. And it will be the worst performing content ever.
Right, exactly.
And then now you got to manage those emotions of like, I put so much time and effort and money into this one piece of content, and it sucks.
Yeah, there's people that that's why there's people that like go through the bad idea just because of how much work they already put in.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a bad idea on top of a bad idea.
Yes.
Like just
self-sabotaging continuous.
Yeah, because it's like, no, this has to work. What can we do for this not to flop? Yeah. And I always say, like, if it's not good, it's just not good.
Yeah.
And like just use it as a learning experience and go to the next one. Yeah. Like it's okay, you know. Like 90% of the shit is not gonna do well.
Yeah, it's my wife sometimes she watches my videos she likes to watch it on the TV, and she sees the number before she clicks on the thumbnail, And then when I get home, she's like, "Oh, why didn't this video get so many views?" I was like, "Probably because it sucks." You know?
Yeah.
Like, and I usually tell people like numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Meaning, okay, there's obvious sometimes you need growth and you need to keep, bringing people to your videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But usually the numbers stay true to what kind of content it is. And after a while, obviously it takes a while to pick up.
Yeah.
But once it does, people know exactly what they like and what they don't like, even within your channel. And you'll see the difference between the content that they truly appreciate and the one they're like, not so good. And you just got to accept it. And like you said, you just got to leave it on the side.
Learn
and
it.
Create something different.
Yeah.
Don't just go and insist. If you insist, you're just going to hurt your own channel, your own way of making money. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. It's like I started with some sort of investment. And now I got to continue with it. It's like, that's a bad idea.
Yeah,
just
because you have
cut it right there.
Yeah,
cut it. It's you just got to keep losing.
Yep.
So it's a little bit of that struggle. And companies that pay for ads and stuff like that, they struggle too. And I see that at work. It's like we do a lot of A/B testing, which helps at work for ads and stuff like that, posting one and the other one and see which one does better. But sometimes they both suck. And now what?
Yeah.
Now you just got to start from scratch and do something else.
Yep.
And companies sometimes struggle with that. I was like, I put money into this. Why didn't it work? And you as the worker got to just
educate
people
them.
Just got to say, hey, look at the video. Now looking back, this is why it sucked, or the audio, or this, or the content, or the storyline sucked, or the product itself, whatever it is. And you just got to have that data-driven or that analytical mindset to say, hey, this is why it didn't work, and let's move on before you lose more.
Yeah.
Because then if you lose more, then it's on you, and the boss is going to come back and like, hey, now we're losing even more. What happened?
Yeah.
So it's a little...
Don't persist on the mistake. Like, go from it and start learning.
Yeah. It's a hard lesson you learn in the beginning, but hopefully throughout creating more and more, you'll learn. And the quicker you learn that, the better it will do for you.
Yeah. And the algorithm now, I say that all the time. The algorithm is so smart that anybody could have a viral video.
Yeah.
Like anybody before, like 5 years ago, it was like all like related to your following.
Yep.
And now it's just not. So that means like the good side of it is like good content most likely will be seen.
Right.
And the bad side of it is like now everyone could go viral. So that means there's more competition. So you have to be really, really good and consistent.
Yeah, the algorithm is getting, let's say, better and better because he has more examples throughout time.
Yeah.
More people posting, so the algorithm knows exactly what is working and what's not working for a certain period of time. So yeah, more competition, but also more data for you to create something similar that you have seen that works. Now you just got to put your own twist to it. Or if you want to innovate, which is a risk, you can also do it. You just got to be aware that the results might not be what you want. Because like you said, the good content will eventually be put in the right space and it will work. But you got to be aware that some stuff, when you innovate, might be put to the side.
Exactly.
So you just gotta, we have a lot of examples, good examples that we can follow nowadays. A lot of content creators that invest a lot of money and make things work and they know what works. It's a question of you doing the research as the content creator and spending that time. Once again, it's a lot of you got to do it all.
Yeah.
It's a one-man show kind of thing. And then once it works, you can start hiring people and going through the process and just making sure that your content stays true to yourself within reason and what people want to see. And it'll eventually, through consistency, it will eventually work.
You just got to keep doing it.
That's at least my mindset.
Yeah, same. That's why it's like the thing that you like doing, you won't ever lose because you like doing it anyways.
Right.
And if you like doing it, then you will be able to do consistently. And if you do it consistently, things that you like doing, eventually it's going to work.
Yeah.
Someone is going to be like, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's going to work out. I think that's the formula.
Yep.
But it takes time. It takes time.
I always tell people that it's time in. You got to put that time in. You got to clock in and clock out.
Yeah.
And do it all over again next day.
Yeah. Mr. B said that one time. He's like, do it 100 times.
Yeah.
And then you start thinking about growth.
Yeah. That's it.
Like do 100.
Because the first 100 times is testing.
Yeah. Do 100 videos. Do 100 videos.
Yeah.
That's my goal here. 100 episodes. And then we'll see what happens.
Yep.
And I know within that 100, something's going to click to me where I'm like, oh, this is the kind of interview I kind of like doing more. This is the kind of, like, that's it.
Most people don't even go through 100 videos, never create 100 videos.
Yeah.
So the people that do, even companies, and like I said, the OneRPM example is like, you'll get noticed eventually because there's too much out there that you've been putting, and people will see it because you'll be compared to the people that post once a year or like twice a year or whatever. And that even if the company just sees a consistency, they will invest in you because they know that your content will eventually be seen through just pushing it. Just keep pushing.
Yeah.
So the first 100 videos is always a good advice.
Do 100 videos and see what happens.
Yeah. So it's been a minute, but the journey keeps on going. A little bit like we're just talking about. Just got my purple belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bad days, a lot of okay days, and some good days. But you just want to keep going, and you just got to keep showing up. And the coach will be like, okay, this guy's actually getting better. And 100 days, 100 videos, whatever it is. Oh, 100 days, very little in jiu-jitsu, but whatever. Right. Just an example of like, oh, I've seen this guy many, many times here at this point. He is getting better, and I like it. And let's reward him. Let's give him.
That's why jiu-jitsu to me is one of my favorite things in the world, because it just relates to everything in our lives that is like, it's difficult. So you have to do it. It's difficult, and you can only get better by going through it.
Yep. There's no other way.
And sucking for a long time, and then learning a little bit, and now you feel like you're good,
but you're not.
And then you're not, and then it's
because you cannot just watch videos and stay at home. Jiu-jitsu doesn't work like that. You gotta go. You gotta show up and get beat badly. And then through that, you build resilience, which is an insanely good skill to have in life. You build discipline of showing up, and even when you don't want to, you still show up. Yeah. And like you said, so many aspects of jiu-jitsu are insanely good for your life. Just so many things transposed into your daily life. Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu is one of those things that it's the hardest thing, and you just have to do it. You just really have to go through it. And then you suck, and then you do well. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're doing well, and then you find somebody that's way more knowledgeable. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I go back to sucking again.
Yeah. But that's fine. And it's a perfect example for content creation. That's how it is. You just suck for a long time.
Exactly.
And then you're good, or you think you're good, and there's always someone better. But you just gotta keep going. Just gotta keep going. You'll eventually get good. You might not be the best or excellent or whatever it is, but you will find an audience that will relate to you. And same as jiu-jitsu, you'll find friends that are at your level. They will connect with you. You can talk about life.
They'll help you. They'll teach you. Yeah.
And that's how you keep going. Same thing. My comments, I read people's comments. They help me a lot. Suggestions, ways of getting better, getting my videos better, the audio, the image, whatever it is. And just keep moving. Yeah. That's it.
Man, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Well, thank you.
It was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
And 100 videos.
100 videos.
I'll be following and making sure you'll get there.
We'll do 100 episodes. This is episode 8. So
and then we'll see where you are.
Yeah,
that's how it
exactly.
goes.
We'll do. I mean, I'm sure we'll do more, you and I, before the 100. But the 100 will.
Well, it was a pleasure being here, and maybe one day I'll be here after the 100 or maybe being part of the 100.
Yes, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Ruben.